This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the 2019 Disruptive Growth Conference here in New York City. With me today on the program is Jonah Meer from Qrons. It's a publicly traded company in the U.S. The symbol is QRON. Jonah, welcome to SNNLive.
Shelley, thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. Let's get started with a brief overview, and we'll go from there.
Sure. So at Qrons, we are addressing a huge unmet medical need, traumatic brain injuries, commonly known as TBIs, which include concussions. I think all of you, every day you pick up the paper, hear the story about concussions. We're addressing that need.
What's a little bit of history behind the company?
I co-founded it with my partner, Ido Merfeld. He was doing research at Ariel University in Israel in neuroregeneration. Fascinating stuff. And he saw the opportunities to do great medical science to treat traumatic brain injuries, where there is no current FDA-approved treatment. And at that point, we decided to form a company, co-found a company, and deal with TBI.
Now, I've heard of Neuron. What's a Qron?
It's a high-tech version of Neuron.
So what is the science behind it?
The science behind it is consisting of two core things. One is our products consist of mesenchymal stem cells, which we genetically modify. We source them from placentas in Israel. And it consists also of a hydrogel, because when you put the stem cell in the brain, it doesn't always, you can't control it. The use of the gel, which we are developing together with Dartmouth College, allows us to control the stem cells. And we've also found that hydrogel that we put in the gel has its own therapeutic effects.
So what would you call your competitive advantage?
We're one of the only companies trying to have a treatment where to regrow brain cells. And we've proven that we can do it in mice already. And we think that's groundbreaking.
So what you're saying is that brain trauma is destroyed cells.
Yes. So unlike when you break your hand, let's say, and everybody knows 6 weeks you're going to be healed, you put it in the cast and you go to rehab. In the brain, it's a neuronal network. And when the neuronal network breaks, it's gone. So we have to regenerate the neurons to reestablish. Because what happens now is you get the neuronal breaking. It takes about a year till it finally stabilizes. And you see in life that you'll get Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, other neurodegenerative diseases.
So sports injuries as well?
Sports injuries is used. TBI is the leading cause of death among young adults in the United States. Okay, people don't know that. But it's car accidents, it's falls, elderly people, the bicycle accidents, and yes, the sports.
So that leads me to ask, what's the target market?
The target market is the millions of concussion sufferers. That's one target market. And there's plenty of them out there because, there's no treatment today. You get rest and rehabilitation, but you just continually get worse. The other market is, we have two products. The other market is for penetrating brain injuries. So the car accidents, the falls, the military injuries where the skull is open, our product will also work there.
So how do they measure progress? Or how do you get better? And how do they measure getting better is what I'm really asking.
No, great question. We're asked that all the time. So in the mice, we've inflicted TBI, and we do it very gently according to all ethical standards. We inflict TBI in the mice. We have control groups, and we put our product in, and then we run them through a maze. It's a scientific maze, and you have markers that can tell you their cognitive skills have increased, and we've seen it. So there are objective markers to see that there's an improvement.
What's your background?
My background is I'm an attorney and an accountant. I ran a brokerage firm for about 13 years, and I've been an advisor to public companies. So I'm not a scientist. So I bring the business side of it, and I'm very investor-centric because that's my background. That's where I come from, and I'm here to take care of shareholders.
Now, as good that you said that. As a publicly traded company, and knowing that based on previous press releases, tell me what some growth drivers are.
Well, the biggest one is we're going to work now to an IND. We got to start our FDA clinical trials. That will be a huge growth driver because once you start the clinicals, the rest is going to be fine.
Let's get your website out there for our investor audience, if you would.
Qrons.com, QRONS, and our ticker symbol is without the S.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonah Meer, Qrons. It's a publicly traded company, symbol QRON. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, coming to you live from the 2019 Disruptive Growth Conference here in New York City. Jonah?
Shelley, it was a pleasure.
Thank you for the information.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.